Let's stay on topic here, talk a bit more about semiconductors, of course, as well. Biggest gainers of the year, outperforming some of the hyperscalers, in fact, in the so-called AI trade. Nvidia, Broadcom, AMD, Intel, all of them up more than 40% year to date. Joining us to talk about what we saw and really more what we can expect in 2026 is Stacy Rasgon. He's senior semiconductor analyst at Bernstein. Stacy, good to have you. Does it just keep going next year? The Journal writes a long story today, talking about the various gating issues, whether it's lack of transformers for the power or memory. How do you see things evolving next year?
Yeah, I think it probably still goes. It's funny, like our general call in 25, if I wanted to sum it up, was kind of own the high quality AI names, ignore most of the rest. And I guess you could have owned the lower quality AI names too, but I mean, AI was working pretty well. And I actually don't think it stops in 2026. You can look at the forecasts that companies like Nvidia or Broadcom have put out. You can look at where the current estimates are, and they're still way below that. I think there's still plenty of room for numbers to move higher. And even valuations are not crazy for a lot of these names. Nvidia, Broadcom. I mean, Nvidia's in the low 20s price to forward earnings for amazing growth. I understand all the worries about like peak spending and digestion cycles and everything else, but I mean, look, people have been worried about that since this started. And kind of look at where things are going. That clearly wasn't a problem in 25. If you look at like the committed volumes that are already there, it's probably not an issue for 2026. And assuming OpenAI does execute on their commitments, and we'll see, but if that happens, it doesn't even start until the end of 26, that spending. So it may not even be 2027 either. I think this trade still has legs. I think so. Yeah.
So, all right, you and I may be having the same conversation a year from now.
Maybe.
I am curious, though, because we are going to be discussing more, the competition to the extent that NVIDIA faces any at all. But whether it's Alphabet's TPU, which certainly we've been talking a lot about of late, whether it's Broadcom trying to help OpenAI design its own chip, because you got to get cost per token, per dollar, per watt down over there versus your competitor Gemini. How do you see that evolving in 26?
Yeah, so there's always competition. This is semiconductors, so it's on NVIDIA as well as on all these other players to make sure that they're moving their roadmaps along and keeping innovation going. And I've said this, I think, on this show in the past, but I still think right now it's sort of, I understand the nervousness, the narrative swings back and forth, GPU, TPU, and back again. It's one reason we've advocated owning both NVIDIA and Broadcom. Like, you never know which way it's going to swing in any given moment. I still think it's the wrong time to really worry about that in general. I think the right question asked today is the opportunity in front of us still big, or is it not? Like, rather than who's winning or losing, because presumably we're not in a mature, saturated market yet. If you think we are, like, there's a whole other set of questions you might want to ask. But in a world where things I think are still growing like massively, if the opportunity is still big, then everybody thrives, and if it's not big, then everybody's screwed, right? So I don't think we're at the point yet where I necessarily, from a fundamental basis, have to worry about who's winning and losing. I would just own the space, frankly.
Even though Nvidia's stock has soared this year, senior analyst Vijay Rakesh of Mizuho thinks it will continue to rise in 2026. Nvidia's dominance in the AI market for training, rather than inference, has long been criticized. However, Rakesh stated in a research note last week that the Groq deal successfully allays such worries. Furthermore, he pointed out that the giant's growing software ecosystem creates recurring revenue sources outside of hardware sales, which could propel its shares up to $245 the following year, or up another 32%. Overall, Nvidia's stance as the preferred provider of cutting-edge chips makes it an appealing investment going into 2026, Rakesh said, as AI use continues to accelerate internationally. The valuation of Nvidia isn't really that high, though others believe that Nvidia stock isn't even trading at a particularly stretched multiple heading into the new year. Valuation concerns have affected the attitude of AI stocks in the last quarter of 2025. For instance, Stacy Rasgon, a senior analyst at Bernstein, contends that Nvidia isn't particularly costly considering the company's amazing growth rate and its forward PE multiple in the low 20s. The multinational's earnings growth continues to exceed expectations, which leaves room for more upside, in contrast to some of the other high-flying AI equities. Options traders anticipate Nvidia to rise in 2026 in part because of this. The AI darling may be trading at roughly 214 in the next 3 months, according to contracts that expire in late March, which indicate a possible 15% upside. Expectations regarding Nvidia 2026. Due to the soaring demand for its top GPUs, Nvidia had an outstanding year in 2025, with the stock rising by more than 35%. For the current fiscal year, which ends in late January, revenues are expected to increase by more than 63%. But 2026 might turn out to be a more complex and significant year for the business. Why is that? On the one hand, Nvidia is using new architectures and faster product cycles to strengthen its technological edge. However, AI economics are beginning to take center stage, which could result in increased pressure from clients, investors, and rivals. When volatility appears, the thrill of stock picking swiftly fades. By combining knowledge with action, astute financial advisors stay ahead of the competition and allocate client funds to diversified, cycle-resistant portfolios. Rubin Unveil and Blackwell Ultra Ramp are new products. Nvidia now follows a regular yearly release schedule. It introduces a brand new architecture every 2 years, such as Hopper in 2022, Blackwell in 2024, and the upcoming Rubin in 2026. In between, there are ultra enhancements that greatly improve memory and networking capabilities. Perhaps 2026 will be a big year for product development. Blackwell Ultra, B300 servers, including the GB300, are anticipated to treble their shipments in 2026 after being released in late 2025. These chips are designed to manage the complex reasoning processes of next-generation models, such as GPT-5, and they have 288 GB of HBM3E memory. Compared to the original B200, Blackwell Ultra has 50% more memory and about 1.5 times higher AI performance. Nvidia is expected to release the Rubin R100 architecture later in 2026. Rubin marks the shift from Blackwell's 4nm technology to a state-of-the-art 3nm node and will bring in HBM4, the next high-bandwidth memory standard that is essential for trillion-parameter simulations. The new Vera CPU will also incorporate Rubin, resulting in a next-generation superchip that Nvidia claims can outperform Blackwell Ultra by up to 3.3 times. Apart from that, here's how to increase your Nvidia yield by 10%. The Chinese market has reopened, but with restrictions. The partial reopening of the Chinese market is another possible stimulus for 2026. Nvidia intends to start delivering its H200 chips to China in February 2026, following changes in U.S. policy in late 2025. A 25% charge will be paid to the U.S. government for these shipments. A portion of Nvidia's lost revenue may be recovered as a result of this development. But there are restrictions on that potential growth. As China seeks to fortify its own AI chip ecosystem, Chinese policymakers have been cautious and have discouraged the adoption of Nvidia technology to reduce dependency on U.S. inventions. Purchasers of the H200 will probably have to go through an approval process where they have to explain why local vendors are unable to meet their needs. Furthermore, a large number of significant Chinese clients have already figured out indirect ways to obtain Nvidia hardware, indicating that any further revenue increase from wider adoption may be constrained. A fundamental change is taking place that goes beyond geographic concerns and product offerings. Infrastructure decisions are being influenced by investors' potential demands for measurable, concrete returns on their AI investments from Nvidia's biggest clients. Hyperscalers are unlikely to accept Nvidia's 70% to 80% gross margins on GPUs indefinitely, especially as GPUs are their main line item for AI capital expenditures, as AI still struggles to demonstrate broad profitability. This cost sensitivity is particularly important during the inference phase, which is when trained AI models are used to answer questions, provide results, and power practical applications. Inference operates continually at a large scale, directly affecting operating expenses, in contrast to training, which is sporadic and resource-intensive. NVIDIA's quick and flexible GPUs have been preferred for training, while inference workloads prioritize throughput, latency, and cost per query, where unit economics is more important. Although flexibility is still crucial and inference still mainly depends on GPUs as models grow, The optimal hardware setup is anticipated to change once inference becomes the dominant AI job. Competition adheres to economics. Competition is intensifying as inference economics places a greater emphasis on specialization. While open-source substitutes for NVIDIA's CUDA software suite from rivals like AMD keep improving, NVIDIA's largest customers, such as Google and Amazon, are creating custom chips tailored for their unique inference workloads. By working with hyperscalers to develop custom AI ASICs, Broadcom is becoming a major alternative, while AMD plans to launch its Instinct MI400 with HBM4 in 2026, aimed at the market's value segment. Reports that NVIDIA is already in advanced negotiations for another artificial intelligence AI deal, days after its $20 billion merger with Groq, have kept the company in the spotlight today. The chip giant is reportedly pursuing an Israeli firm called AI-21 Labs and is prepared to pay up to $3.0 billion to acquire it, according to CTech. The agreement, which would be NVIDIA's fourth significant acquisition in Israel, demonstrates the company's larger plan to attract the best AI talent in the world. As of this video, NVIDIA's stock has increased by about 100% from its early April year-to-date low. The implications of this transaction for NVIDIA shares. NVIDIA shares would benefit greatly from the anticipated AI-21 Labs purchase, primarily because it would bolster the company's artificial intelligence ecosystem. With over 200 highly qualified workers, many with advanced degrees, AI-21 Labs offers a unique concentration of large-scale language model (LLM) knowledge. At a maximum cost of $15 million per employee, the deal will essentially extend NVIDIA's skill base in Israel and will probably resemble an acquisition. In enterprise-focused AI, where precision and dependability are crucial, such a step would spur innovation. This reinforces NVIDIA's leadership in AI workloads and may be seen by investors as a strategic buffer against growing competition from Google's Tensor Processing Units, TPUs. Why is NVIDIA's stock still under pressure, dear AI? Early Tuesday trading saw a little decline in NVIDIA's shares as the chipmaker was unable to recover some of the losses from the previous session. Investors' focus was on the company's recently revealed deal with artificial intelligence chipmaker Groq. After falling 1.2% on Monday, NVIDIA's stock was down 0.5% at $187 in 2022 in early Tuesday trading. The stock's modest stabilization coincided with more uneven movements in the semiconductor industry, with Broadcom up 0.2% and Advanced Micro Devices down 0.1%. The market's response to NVIDIA's recently disclosed deal to obtain a non-exclusive license for technology from privately held Groq continues to be the company-specific driver. The Wall Street Journal reported that NVIDIA is paying $20 billion for Groq's technology, which includes pay packages for several of Groq's important staff members who are anticipated to join NVIDIA as part of the deal. The deal's magnitude and structure have come under investigation. The transaction was referred to as an acquisition in early reporting, including a first account by CNBC. Groq subsequently clarified that the agreement is not a complete corporate takeover, but rather a non-exclusive license agreement coupled with a talent transfer. Investors and analysts trying to evaluate the long-term financial and strategic ramifications have been made less confident by this distinction. Analysts draw attention to the possibility of inference. Some experts believe the agreement has strategic value despite valuation concerns. According to Mizuho analyst Vijay Rakesh, the acquisition improves NVIDIA's standing in the rapidly expanding market for inference processors, which are used to execute taught artificial intelligence models. According to Rakesh, inference already makes up 20% to 40% of AI workloads, but he anticipates that percentage will increase to 60% to 80% over the next 5 years. In a research note, Rakesh stated, "We see this deal as a long-term benefit to NVIDIA as it adds key IP intellectual property to its engineering team to build its inferencing capabilities." He maintained his $245 price objective and reaffirmed his outperform rating for NVIDIA. Mizuho added that generating returns on significant investments in AI infrastructure depends more and more on inference efficiency. According to the company, NVIDIA has already shown excellent execution, with sales expanding by 65.22% over the previous 12 months to reach $187.14 billion. However, the cost has drawn criticism. According to the Wall Street Journal, which cited people familiar with Groq's financials, The business had been estimating sales of $1.4 billion in 2026, up from around $90 million in 2024 and $500 million this year. Debate regarding the justification of the $20 billion commitment has been sparked by such growth profile. Increasing pressure from competitors. The discussion surrounding Nvidia's next stage of expansion is taking place in the midst of intensifying international rivalry. Researchers from Shanghai Jiaotong University and Tsinghua University have created a photon-based computing chip called LightGen, which they claim can outperform conventional silicon-based processors in specific AI training and inference tasks, according to reports from the South China Morning Post last week. Separately, Meta Platforms revealed on Tuesday that it has reached an agreement to pay about $2.5 billion to purchase Manus, an AI business that was first established in China and is currently headquartered in Singapore. According to Manus, its general AI agent is more capable than OpenAI's deep research. These changes highlight the growing apprehension of investors regarding the durability of profits from significant capital expenditures related to artificial intelligence. Over the last 2 months, Nvidia's stock has decreased by roughly 8%, Microsoft's by 10%, and Meta's by 11.8%. Smaller companies have seen more severe declines, with Oracle down 28% and AI cloud company CoreWeave down more than 45%. Don't forget to share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Your input helps create a more knowledgeable community where we can all learn and grow together in the world of investing. Stay up to date with the latest market trends, insights, and key updates by subscribing to Investing Tutorial. We're here to help you make smarter investment decisions and stay ahead of the curve.